You are listening to, well, no, actually, you're not listening to your show anymore. That ended at 3 o'clock, and I always forget we're transitioning into the new Super Sound Showcase, sponsored by Culture Fix here on WMBG. I'm your host, Robert Hodge, and today I'm excited, as I am every week, to bring you great live music and to bring you a local band that you may not be familiar with. But today I'm particularly excited, let me put it that way, because I have three of my friends in the studio. They go by the name Little Doors. And we're going to get to the bottom of why that name is in place, because I've always wondered what the significance is, and we're going to find that out and many more things. But they are collectively Lawrence Lambert on lead vocals, and Larry Burwald, an extraordinary guitarist, and Dave Hostetler on the bass. And the three of them are going to make some music today that is going to stick with you. You are going to become fans. And, you know, I predict... And this is true of just a handful of musicians that I've seen, that the first time I've heard them, I knew I'd be a fan for life. And I think that's what's going to happen to some of you today. When you listen to Super Sound Showcase and Little Doors, you're going to walk away going, where can I find these people? Because you're going to want to see them, and they're just magnetic. So, gentlemen, welcome to WMBG.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you.
Robert.
Was that good enough introduction?
That was fantastic.
Awesome. Okay, now just live up to it, okay? I first saw these guys a little over a year ago, and they were involved in a benefit with many, many artists that were on the bill that day. And it was a new thing for them. They had just become a group. They had become a trio. They picked up a spontaneous drummer who got so excited he jumped on the drums. And yet it was so tight. It was so memorable. And I walked away just wanting to know and hear more. So it's taken all this time. I've been on the air 15 months. I took over Super Sound Showcase about 6 months ago. And the whole time I've been working to get these guys on here because they are just fantastic musicians on top of being great performers. You in particular, Lawrence, when you sing, there is no world around you. It's all right there in the music, and you're so
I try
involved.
to do that. I try to bring it.
But I don't even know if you try to do it. You just do it. You disappear into the music. And that's the commitment of an artist that I look for, that makes me excited to see a new talent, because you're amazing at it. And
Thank you.
So versatile. I saw you go from old blues to Johnny Mathis that day to original tunes. And all of a sudden he is like a musical chameleon. And I'm hoping that we're going to really get that across today. That's one of the things that I've been talking about as I've been promoting the show, that y'all were coming, because it's just marvelous to watch.
Nice.
So tell me, when did music put its hand on you? When did it become the thing that you knew was going to be your life?
Well, I was raised on a farm in Pungo, Virginia. So music was something that we always had. So I have a twin brother, and so we would just...
An identical?
No, fraternal.
Oh, okay.
He lucked out. But yeah. But that's what we would do, when the sun would go down, we would just pick up the piano and play and sing, and that's what we would do.
You'd pick up the piano?
I know, we were big guys.
They're big guys.
We're big
Strong
guys.
boys
We
on
would
the
pick
farm.
up the piano and bring it into the room.
His brother is bigger than Lawrence.
Oh, my gosh.
They're big men.
Yeah,
Wow.
My sister's 6 foot, so what does that tell you?
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah, we're tall.
And how tall are you, actually? Because
I'm
he is
like
a tall
6'4",
man.
6'5" on a good day.
Okay, and this is a good... It changes?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the hat.
Wow.
Yeah.
What hat he's
This
wearing.
would be a perfect time to point out that while we are live on the radio on WMBG 97.7 FM and AM 740, we are also streaming live on the WMBG Facebook page. Are we on?
We are.
Our internet is working beautifully, and hello, Facebook. If you want the television experience, you can go over to Facebook and monitor it there. And we will at some point have to take a commercial break, gentlemen, and we will continue to, the Facebook coverage never stops, even when the radio is on hiatus. So we will have a few comments that we will only share, and a few stories that you might only learn about if you're on social media watching the show there. And then, of course, tomorrow, our professional edited video by our master wizard, Jacob Roberts, will show up on YouTube, and it will show up on WMBGradio.com. And then, of course, anywhere Little Doors needs it, I hope it'll become a marvelous signature piece of your promotion tool, because that's one of the things we love to do to help musicians get going with things that they're doing. And there's an album that you all are working on. I understand you've been writing, and tell us about that.
Well, we're taking our time. We're trying to write our best material.
Amen.
And we're developing as a band, even though we're all veteran musicians. As a group, we're really trying to find out who we are and what our musical message is to share with people. And we're looking for that through our compositions. In the meantime, we cover a lot of old standards and various retro soul music and music from different periods. But as Little Doors, we're still looking for who we are, and we're recording songs here a little, there a little as we get them written, and we're loving the process.
Okay. Now tell me about the name Little Doors. Where did it come from?
Well, we believe every song is like a little door.
Okay.
And so, we are really trying to do the great songs, the songs that you remember from childhood.
Okay.
And so we recognize that each one of those songs is a certain time, and we talk about the artist, when it was written, and just the message of the music.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's one of the things that I really enjoy about Little Doors is I get a chance to sing some really beautifully written songs. And we're taking that to write our own songs, but there's a lot of pressure when you do really great songs. You just can't do anything. So our writing, we want to be at the same level as the songs that we're covering.
Oh, what a great lofty ambition. I like that.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right that when you do a cover song, the worst thing that can happen to you is that you don't truly own it.
Yeah.
And everybody's so familiar with it. But I like the Little Doors theme and the Little Door image of the songs as a little vignette. I like that. You're much better off with your own explanation than the one that a friend of mine came up with. And I said, I had Little Doors coming. He goes, what, is that Baby Jim Morrison? I was like,
Ooh.
yeah, that's it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this is great. I love it. And who thought of that? Did y'all come up with that together, or was it a brainchild?
Lawrence, this is something that's not often disclosed, but Lawrence was rehearsing at my house when we first got together. We were just like looking for songs, and my wife had decorated the wall, and she had these cute little doors about 6 inches tall that were hanging on the wall, and they look like little Hobbit doors, and they must go somewhere. And so Lawrence and I were going down a list of proposed names, some really dreadful ones that I'd come up with. And so Lawrence looked up at the wall and he said, Little Doors. And I said, well, maybe. And we chatted about it, and before we knew it, it's like, okay, let's roll with that. But then after the fact, we actually thought about the image that that songs prompt memories for people, and it's like cracking open some little door in a place in your thought that you haven't visited for a while. And so it stuck.
We also believe that the American Songbook did not stop in 1950. The American Songbook continues with the likes of Stevie Wonder and all the hundreds of other artists. So we want to continue that American Songbook, into the future.
And all three of you are original members of Little Doors, right?
Yes.
This is the founding group.
This is it.
This is the original formation. Okay. Well,
There's
I
no
like that.
swinging doors in Little Doors.
No?
No revolving doors in
Okay.
Little Doors.
Okay. Well, that's cool. No saloon doors either, maybe.
No saloon
But
doors.
that'll be your country album.
Well,
That
there
would
you
be-
go.
That'd be funny if all the album names maybe have a door theme.
Write that down.
I
then
want
we
a
can-
royalty. Be careful. But no, it's a fun idea actually. It could be fun, and the album cover reflects what kind of door you're in the mood for.
Robert's a visionary.
Yes, he is.
He
yeah.
just is.
Yes, I have visions all the time. I stay up at night dreaming of things. But anyway, I am excited about this music today. What kind of music are we going to hear today? A little variety? I know we did a
Well,
little sound
we
check.
wanted to sample a couple of things
Okay.
because we consider ourselves a diverse group, and we know you can't please all of the people all of the time. But the people that come out to see us play are mostly a listening audience, and so we try to give them little samples of the styles that we touch on. So we'll be playing a jazz standard that is very familiar for the first song, but we'll also be playing kind of an old blues tune,
Okay.
and we'll be playing one of our originals.
Right, and that'll be, of course, from the forthcoming album, right?
Absolutely.
Nice. I applaud you guys for the integrity that you're showing with this recording project, because when we first started talking about it before we went on air today, Lawrence's comment was, well, we got 2 songs down and 8 to go. And I love that, because in an age when nobody's like really concerned about how many songs they put out on a project, I still believe 10 to 12 songs is an album. And until you have all that, I just do not call it an album. It's just a project until then. So I'm excited that you're on the that way of thinking, because it's artistic integrity that's at stake here. And your fans deserve nothing less than the best that you can do.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. And don't you find it's there's never been truer words that they know if you're lying. If you do something dishonest on that stage, they will call you down on it in a minute. That you can't trick anybody. So anyway, that said, Larry Burwell is the most wonderful and sought after repair artist for guitars in this area. And I know any of the musicians that listen to this show on a regular basis, you're excited to hear that he's here, because you're very familiar with him. And I've seen a number of things happen to guitars on stage, and right away people are dialing your number. They're like, oh my God, I need Larry, and I need him right now. And in fact, my friend Andrew Ballantyne, I know, has sought you out in major emergencies, like, please God, be available right this second.
Yeah.
And you know what? They're all so happy with what you do, and I've never heard anything other than that you can turn a guitar back to factory status. That you're just amazing wizard with putting it back together if something happens. So that's a great thing. And tell them how to find you.
Thank you. Well, the name of my shop is Rosewood Guitar Repair, and I'm on Facebook, and I have a website, rosewoodguitarrepair.com, and phone numbers are all over there. And thank you for your kind comments.
Of course.
It's a pleasure to work with my hands and to rejuvenate guitars that need help.
Right. Well, and I'll tell you what, if you're listening and you're sitting there going, I would have been a major superstar if it weren't for the fact that my guitar has been broke in the corner for the last 7 years.
Ooh, that's an excuse.
Where have I heard that?
Yes, if all of your dreams went up in smoke because the guitar lost its fervor, then I want you to get in touch with Larry, because he can restore it and make your dreams come true. Wow. That should be your commercial.
Yes.
Yes, it's kind of a lofty promise. I'll make all your dreams come true. Just let me fix your guitar.
It sounded better when I said it.
Yes, it did.
All right, so listen. Listen, I want to do the first song. What's it going to be? This is the classic standard you said is familiar. Tell us what it is,
At
Lawrence.
Last, Etta James, 1942.
Okay. Awesome.
You guys weren't born yet.
Well, we're going to go to a commercial, and they're going to move the mics around, and when we come back, we are going to be ready for some good music. So don't you dare go anywhere, and stay with us on Facebook. Here we come with some interesting stories. All right, and we are back. You are listening to the new Super Sound Showcase on WMBG. I'm your host, Robert Hodge, and my guests today are Little Doors. And if you're just joining us, you've come in at the best time, because we're about to start the music, and they are going to give us their wonderful version. And I know it's going to be wonderful, because this man's voice is going to knock you down. He is going to sing At Last. And you know what I love? That no matter what it is you're singing when it's a cover, it is not ever even remotely similar to what you're expecting, because you own it, and it's going to be Lawrence's version of At Last. So hit it. I can't wait.
My love has come along. My lonely days are over, and life is like a song. At last, the skies above are blue. My heart was wrapped in clover the night I looked at you. I found a dream that I can speak to, a dream that I can call my own. I found a thrill to press my cheek to, a thrill I've never known. You smiled, and then the spell was cast, and here we are in heaven, for you are mine at last. Yeah. At last, my love has come along. My lonely days are over, and life is like a song. You smiled, and then the spell was cast, and here we are in heaven, for you are mine at last.
Bravo, gentlemen. I like it.
Oh, Etta James.
I like it. And you know, your voice is so smooth. It implies that there's just no effort behind it. It's so easy for you, isn't it?
Well, I can't say it's easy. When you're trying to do Etta James, it's never easy. You know, it's never easy.
Right.
So,
Well, but you know, I mean, I agree that in the theory that sometimes the art of show business is making it look like that.
yeah.
And I know that all artists work hard and they rehearse and they learn. But when you're performing, though, it's such a joy for you and for your audience that you forget
Yeah.
about the effort that's involved, because there's no forced tones, no
Right.
stress in your throat, nothing that gets in your way. And that's such a pleasure to listen to.
Well, thank you.
And it's, you know, there's a lot of people out there pretending to have skills and technique. You've got the real chops, dude. I like it.
All right. Thank you.
That's
Well,
what
thank
I'm trying
you.
to say.
Nice.
For real. All right. So where are we going from here?
Well, we wanted to do an original
Original song?
Okay.
And this song is about the James River, sort of. So it's
So we're going from Etta James to the James River.
well, continuity. It's all
Okay.
about
Etta
connect
James
the
River.
dots.
Maybe we could rename it the Etta James
Etta
River.
James River.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
It was
all right.
King James, I believe, right?
Yes, I believe it was. That was her older brother, right?
Yeah. Maybe.
All right.
So song is a little more of a Latin flavored style of music.
All righty.
And we wrote it together. The three of us just kind of sat down in a room one day and just kind of hammered it out.
How long were you sitting in that room?
Well, we did a couple of sessions. We normally rehearse for about 2 hours at a time.
Okay.
So I don't remember exactly, but it worked out. And
Awesome.
we called it Jazz on the James. I think we had some other lyrics, and Lawrence went, let me think about that. And he went home and came up with these really nice lyrics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to put your microphone up
Well,
so
I
we can
cannot
hear you
wait to
sing?
hear it.
We can hear you sing.
Well, I guess I'm done talking now, so I don't.
You're singing, right?
Oh, I'm singing.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Oh, that would have been
Just
something
wanna
to
make
know
sure.
about. All right, so excuse
There you
us.
go.
There's
It's
a
just
lot
a
of
little
noise.
background harmony.
All right.
You'll hear
Yeah.
it back
All right, we're
there,
ready
you
now.
know. 2, 3, 4.
Here in this moment, with nothing left to say, sandcastles get washed away. Sand and gravity, you know my name. When everything's broken, jazz on the James. Jazz on the James reignites the flame. Jazz on the James. What was joined in jazz will never die. You don't care. How did we get there? Where nothing feels the same. We were joined there, where the sun meets the sea. It's been too long to jazz on the James. Jazz on the James reignites the flame. Jazz on the James. What was joined in jazz will never die. 35 miles from the sea, beneath the Milky Way, we flow together in time to jazz on the James. Just like a river that flows to the sea, it goes on and on and on and on. Ears can't replay the saddest song. This music unspoken can't repair. So in this moment, take my hand to jazz on the James, to jazz on the James. To jazz on the James.
pretty. I like that. That is indeed an unusual lyric, and has a little eerie, haunting quality to it. I like that. What was the inspiration? Saying that the jazz on the James would never die. Was there something?
The idea is like this couple that are dealing with life issues, but jazz has been something that has brought them together.
Okay.
And the jazz and that river is the magic.
Okay.
And so that's what they're hoping for. The jazz and the James will bring it all back
And
together.
if they ever move to the Midwest, it'll all fall.
It'll
apart.
all fall apart.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so now we're going to an old blues tune to play us out. And I just want to mention before we go, Lawrence Lambert, while we're waiting for the Little Doors CD, Lawrence has a solo CD, and we'll get a shot of that.
It's called Soul Folk.
Yeah, and that'll be great. And I can't wait to listen to it. You were so nice to bring me a copy today. And there is a book, and I'm going to have you back to do a review of the book after I read it.
Okay.
It is a book about a dog that was a big part of Lawrence's life. This is the story of Sadie, and has this just come out? When did this
Yeah, it came out August of last year.
Oh, okay. So
Yep.
still a new book, and there's an actual picture of Sadie on the back. That's awfully cute, and a beautiful British illustrator apparently helped him with this
Charity
book,
Russell.
and I'm anxious to get my hands on this book, and you'll come back actually sometime during your show,
Okay.
and we'll play some tracks, and we'll talk about the book, and we'll celebrate the
Fantastic.
fact that he's also writing a beautiful musical right now. So a man of many projects and many talents. We can't do it all in Super Sound, but we will expand for chapter 2. All right, so play us out. We're running out of time. What do you got?
This song is Sippy Wallace. And whenever she would do this song, she would always say, "This song goes out to all the ladies. Women, be wise and keep your mouth shut." So I'm going to bring a little sippy here. Women, be wise, keep your mouth shut. Don't advertise your man. Don't never sit around holding no conversation, explaining all those things he really can do. 'Cause these women nowadays, Lord, they ain't no good. They laugh in your face and try to steal your man from you. So, women, be wise. Keep your mouth shut. Don't advertise your man. Now, your best girlfriend, she might look like a highbrow.
Oh, really?
She changes her clothes 3 times a day.
3 times a day. 3 times a day.
And what do you think she's doing now
Let me guess.
when you're so far away? She's loving your man in your own damn bed.
Oh, Lord.
You better call the doctor, mama,
Doctor!
and investigate your head. So,
Ah,
women, be wise. Keep your mouth shut. Don't advertise your man. All right, fellas. Thank you, Larry.
My pleasure.
Now, women, be wise. Keep your mouth shut. Don't advertise your man. Don't never sit around sharing all your secrets, sharing all those things he really can do. 'Cause when you talk about your baby and you tell him he's so fine, Lord, honey, I might just try to make him mine. So, women, be wise. Keep your mouth shut. Don't advertise your man. Don't advertise your man. Don't advertise your man. Don't do it, honey. Don't do it.
Oh my
Thank you,
goodness.
Sippy. Thank you, Sippy, for singing that for us.
Well, I have to tell you, this is all my fault because in the beginning of the show, I said this was going to be something like we had never done on Super Sound Showcase, and then I challenged you to live up to it. So, my friends, you have done it. That was the very first of its kind here on Super Sound. I love that song, and it made me want to not only go and see you perform, but I also want to find out more about this Sippy lady.
Wallace, yeah.
What in the world? She must have been a sassy wild woman.
Sassy.
Did you ever see her?
I never saw her, but I watched a lot of her videos.
Okay, well that's awfully fun.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, that was certainly something to play us out on.
See, that was a door, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a big old door actually, and you just like shoved us all through it. It was great. So my thanks to Culture Fix, our sponsors of Super Sound Showcase, to our friends in the Culture Fix office, to Steve and to Shirley and to Jen. Thank you so much for your continued support. Little Doors, thank you for being here. It's been a pleasure. It's certainly been an afternoon I will remember, and I'm in a great mood leaving here today. It's been a wonderful pleasure to be the host of Super Sound Showcase, and I thank you for those of you that were also listening earlier when we were having your show with Robert Hodge. And I will be back live in the studio tomorrow, and we look forward to it. As always, here's back to the music that you love. This is Don't Do Me Like That with Tom Petty.